Okay, so this is part 2 of our video. A lot of you guys are joining us because you just finished watching him pick out some amazing outfits.
Part 1.
I was really shocked, by the way. I was pleasantly surprised on the pieces that he picked out. I would have not expected him to choose those pieces, but I'm a proud little mama bird right now. Like I'm proud. I am very proud.
Right.
So right now we're going to discuss a few dating tips. I know a lot of you guys, after seeing our How We Met video and then the coffee dating video, y'all had a lot of questions, a lot of our single sisters out there about online dating and the app dating thing. Okay. So we thought it would be appropriate to talk about what some of the expectations you should have on a first date, especially dealing with online dates. Right. And maybe like what you should expect to put on your profile, what you should expect on somebody else's profile. Just all the first time things for online dating, I should say. Right. Right? Okay, and if you like these dating videos, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you join in on the conversation and be a part of our sister and brotherhood and the husbandhood. The husband. And just, you know, chime in, okay? All right, so let's go ahead and jump into the dating advice for online dating. Okay. All right. So here's the thing. The whole reason this video came about is because we were talking about you picking out my clothes, and I was like, hey, well, you know, all the girls have been asking, you know, stuff about first dates and stuff. What do you think from a guy's perspective should a woman wear for a first date? So this would be like online dating. You've not seen this person per se in person, but what do you think would be appropriate for a woman to wear?
So I think you have to be really open and honest about where you're going and what you're doing in a date. So for a guy, it can still be a little mysterious as to where you're going. You don't have to name the restaurant that you're going to, but you also have to tell the person, hey, this is going to be business casual. This is going to be high fashion. This is going to be fashion forward.
You know, ain't no guy gonna say that. They ain't gonna say, hey, this is going to be a high fashion date. Like, no, so.
But if you're going out to a very
nice restaurant
and having fine dining where it might be multiple courses,
right?
You need to let the woman know that so she dresses appropriate.
But for the girls who want to know like what they should wear, so I think if you're going on a first date, because you know we talk about online dating, and you got to also keep in the forefront, it's not going to always end up like this on the first, second, or third, fourth, fifth time. You know, we found each other. God obviously orchestrated that. But you have to be prepared. So always proceed with caution and have safety first in mind, I think is my opinion. So don't ever ride to a restaurant. Don't let someone come pick you up for the very first time from your house.
Not for the first date.
Not when you haven't even met them yet. There's always photos of these restaurants or places or whatever. You can kind of get an idea of what you should wear.
From a man's perspective, you want your date, especially if you're going, so I'm kind of a business casual kind of person, but we do like to go out and have a glass of wine or a mixed drink. And so we like to go to something that might be a little more modern or fashion forward, where people want to be seen a little bit.
The little trendy spots.
Trendy spot. And
yeah.
So I definitely want my woman to be dressed where she's turning heads, per se, but not turning heads to a degree where other guys are trying to come in and interrupt our first date and pay compliments to the lady I'm with.
Okay, so let me translate that for you girls. Don't dress like a hooer, okay? Like, you can be sexy, but not too sexy, especially on the first date. You can show them what you're working with without showing them everything that you're working with.
But also wear something that you're going to be very comfortable in. That you're going to be comfortable for the whole dinner. That you're going to be... You won't be pulling at or wondering, you know, does he
distracted.
Think that distracted. Does he think that I'm being slutty? Does he think that I'm being too modest? Am I showing enough shoulder or whatever it is? How am I attracting him? I think we're pretty visual people and we'll appreciate that, but don't go over the top because that can also be a death sentence too for the first date.
Right.
The guy wouldn't call you back up.
Probably not. I agree with that. Yeah, or you don't want to send the wrong signal. So if you have on something that's super scantily clad, you know, you don't want him to assume, oh yeah, she's giving it up on the first date and making moves on you that aren't welcome. We don't ever want to see you in that situation either. So Talia asked me in the best friend video with the 19 questions, what would I think would be 3 of the worst things to do on a first date? One for sure I would say would be being late.
Yes, being late is serious bozo no. Do not be late. If you're 5 minutes fashionably late, that's fine.
Right. That's what we were talking about.
Once again, be deliberate. Plan your date. Don't be late.
Oh, you rhymed. Plan your date.
And if you are, and stuff happens,
late.
right? If you're in the city, stuff happens. People, traffic, everything. Call. Tell them, hey, I'm running late. I'm so sorry. But plan your date. Because if you're 30 minutes late,
that's not okay.
I probably am not there. I probably have left.
Right. Agreed. I think from my perspective too, as a woman, like I'm out, and I'm a Scorpio, so I might actually wait for you to get there and be like, yeah, I'm out, just so you can see the burn.
Right. What's the second thing?
Oh, my second thing was to talk about yourself. Don't talk about yourself too much.
Right. You have to have give and take. Where you're interested in enough and there's no weird silence for like 5 minutes and you're just eating food, because that's not a lot of fun. You could just be with a stranger and go eat food, you know, somewhere. But you have to ask questions about the other person. Get to know them.
Oh, that's
ask
true.
Ask questions. Share a little bit about yourself, but try to be quick to listen to what they say.
Say a few things and then ask them a question about themselves and let them give you a response. And I'll tell you from my own personal experience, yes, I'm gonna be my own shade tree. I had a guy to tell me that I talked a lot about myself and I didn't know it, I wasn't aware. So I had to work on it and become more conscious of it. And it was just me being nervous and trying to put everything out on the table and be transparent. And y'all know I'm a talk-a-lottie anyway, so it wasn't me being deliberate about it, but it made me become more conscious and to focus on, like in biblical, you know, being slow to speak and quick to listen, like he was just saying.
I think you also have to really just pay attention to the time or the vibe, or, you know, is this person tuned out? Are they looking around the room?
Right.
Have I gone off the rails on this conversation? Bring it back. I think one of the really safe spots to go is asking about family, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers.
The way people talk about their family will tell you a lot about themselves. Right. You mind? That's a good one. My other third one was...
What was your third one?
To be distracted. So stay off your phone.
Ooh. Yeah, forget about it. If you're checking your phone or your Instagram or you're chatting with friends the whole time, probably not going to be a second date.
Yeah.
And then also with me, if I'm not able to keep, you know, guys, you're not off the hook with this. If you're not able to keep a woman's attention where she wants to go to her phone, then you probably don't deserve a second date.
What he said.
Okay, so you want to leave that date situation going, gosh, I wonder what Toni's doing right now or what she's thinking about right now. Because that's what happened on our second date, or our first date.
Well, yeah, but also we had first, second, and third date back to back, like 3 days in a row.
We did.
He was supposed to be in Paris and getting off to meet me for coffee and then getting on his connecting flight and going on.
I kept pressing pause.
He kept pressing pause, so we ended up going to dinner instead of doing the coffee. And then, you know, he changed his flight again and did dinner again and then changed his flight again. And then we had lunch the last day. And so...
There's a lot of outfits.
Those are my three of the worst things you can do on a date. Did I do good?
You did very good.
I did good. Okay. In terms of dating profiles, a lot of y'all had a lot of questions about like just the dating apps in general and like what you should put on a dating app. And
okay. I think on a dating app, especially like Bumble, you just have to be really honest and true to yourself, right? Because you're going to get found out. Okay.
It's not a matter of if.
If the first date is successful and there's multiple many more, he's going to find out that you don't like hiking. Okay, you don't like fishing and hunting or whatever it is. And same, guys, you don't like to go to the mall shopping. They are going to find that out about you.
It's just halftime alert. I did not put those things on my profile. I was very honest and truthful. I was borderline a little crabby on my profile just because I was annoyed with people. Because in Vegas, it's a very transient place and
very transient.
High tourist, traffic. So.
And then also don't put all the goods on the dating app. You got to like save some cookies and stuff for later. You can't put it all out there.
Don't give them the bakery.
Right.
Some of the goodies got to be kept.
That's right.
I mean, you have to use tasteful pictures.
Tasteful photos, who you are, make them update, but also show diversity.
Yeah.
So if you like to cook, or if you like to go to the gym, or if you like to go hiking, or if you like shopping, show all of those different
how you
facets.
Dress for work. Put a nice work outfit on.
Show diversity.
A nice outfit of like you going out to dinner, like, girls' night, or a picture of you maybe in your workout clothes, or something casual, something like that. Just pictures that kind of tell a story of who you are without actually just like me.
And then
I'm
maybe a
Instagram
goofball picture too. You got to have a goofball picture to show your funny side.
Right. If that's you. Yeah. Agreed. Okay.
And then really pay attention to what you write. Read it, proofread it. Have somebody else read it for you. Write down deliberately what you're trying to say about yourself, but also keep it concise. I don't want to read a novel about who you are. You got to remember, this is kind of like a resume. For a job interview. You have to be able to grab somebody's attention immediately when they see a picture and read a little bit about you.
I think for me, I talked about being a whiskey enthusiast. I think I mentioned my scotch or something. I don't remember. I talked about being a mom. I talked about being or I said I was a momtrepreneur or something like that. I don't remember.
Maybe.
I just hit little things. Oh, and I talked about me playing golf. So I think there was a picture of me maybe swinging a golf club. That's what we're talking about, variety and being diverse with your pictures, but also hitting those highlighted points about who you are, but not in a braggadocious kind of way. You're just like, hey, I like these things.
You didn't talk any about acting or any of your film career or any of that.
Yeah.
So you just stayed being a mom, an entrepreneur, that you had 2 boys.
Right. I was
or 2 children, I think. I don't think you told me
I don't know if I
were.
said boys, but I said,
I had 2 children.
A mom of 2.
And then God was first in your life. You were very deliberate that you didn't want to be with serial daters, that you wanted to date somebody with a
goal.
Serious goal. Right.
Yeah, with a goal. So that's how you can avoid saying, oh, I'm going to get married in exactly a year. You don't have to say that. You can tell somebody, like, this is what my goals are. Eventually, I want to be married again, not putting a time limit on there, but this is my plan. So if you don't want to be married, then I'm probably not the girl for you. Right. And also, because we were, like I said, Vegas is very transient, I was a little harsh in my tone, I'm sure, when I said, if you don't live here, don't bother swiping on me, but I'm glad somebody ignored that and swiped on me anyway.
And that's okay too, but I think I was very deliberate in my profile. I had pictures that were chosen that were very specific.
They're very good pictures.
That showed maybe me in athletic clothing. There was
a suit picture.
A couple in a suit. There was a couple of me just kind of staring out in the distance like I was a contemplative man. And then a picture of me being a goofball.
Yeah.
A picture of me with long hair when I was younger, with horses, because I used to do a lot of horse work. And just showing a variety of all the different facets
of who you are.
Who I am.
And that's when it's okay to put an old picture.
Yeah, right.
Is when
especially when
it's coupled with recent pictures. Right. Then you're like, oh, look, I had long hair when I was a kid.
Yeah, look at me. And
that sort of thing.
Ooh.
She's so cute. Anyway, I think that's pretty much it. Also, with the expectations, a good rule of thumb is to go in it with no expectations.
No expectations. Just meeting somebody new.
Just be open to new experiences. And I know some of you had questions about, the interracial thing. I think that's a whole nother video that, video number 4.
Yeah, that's a very different video.
That's a very different one, very deep one. I know someone, she was saying she wanted to be more open to maybe, you know, God sending someone that's maybe outside of her race, because she had never dated outside of her race. And I think that is a great place to be in. It's not about just intentionally dating outside of your race. I think the intention should be set on finding or being found by the person who is right for you. And in our case, who God puts in front of us. You don't want to miss somebody just because they aren't the same skin color as you. It's not about even preferences really. It's just about being with someone who cares about you, who's equally yoked, who's on the same page as you. So just, you know, go into it with no expectations and an open mind is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Perfect.
so. Okay. All right. So if you guys have any questions for us or comments, y'all know we like the comments. Feel free to chime in below and let us know what you think, or if you want to share something with everybody else, maybe some advice that we missed, please go ahead and put it in the comment section down below. And of course, if you like these type of videos, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you join in on the conversation and be a part of our sister and brotherhood.
And husbandhood.
Okay, we will see you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your week. Bye. He left me hanging.
I'm a dork.